You know what? I had an easy start to the day. It's 8:45, and I am just on my way to the barn now. It was supposed to rain all day, and the weather here is as fractious as any horse we've ever had. It's extraordinary how quickly the weather in the Cleveland area changes. It is remarkable. Anyway, we had some horses to train today, some 3-year-olds. I wanted to get a look at all the horses. And really what I thought I would be arriving to this morning was a downpour and mostly an easy day, some of the 3-year-olds training in the mud, and not really my scene, so to speak. So it really kind of threw a crimp into my plans, but at the same time, in a good way. So yesterday we talked about obviously the little bit of frustration. It happens when a horse jumps something like Carter did, and it's certainly not his fault yesterday. Completely ruined my underwear. It's not, I tell you, when a pacer does that, it's obviously a lot more dangerous, but anytime you see a horse do something out of fear on the track, it's always a concerning situation, because a scared horse is a dangerous horse, and Carter reset quickly and just finished up his mile, and he was fine after. There was no cuts or bruises or anything. He ran, although he made that lunge over the pylon, he did it quite gracefully in retrospect, and is what it is. Patrick LaPrana raced great. I had some feedback from clients today. Obviously, everybody heard us talking about horses that might be up for sale in the future. Is Patrick one of them? And Patrick's an older horse, and when we get him back in the open, we'll see how he's doing. But quite frankly, turning him over at some point will also be a potential, something we will talk about in the future, but not now. We're talking weeks or months down the road. I thought the horse raced great yesterday. I didn't get to tell you the end of that story. I had so much just kind of going on in my head. That still is. So we've Carter Michael Dio makes a break, and I'm thinking he's probably one of the best in that race. If I can get him away well, I timed the gate exactly how I wanted to. Everything was going well, and then that pylon showed up. I'm going in behind the gate with Patrick the Piranha, and the earplug string breaks. Comes right back, hits me right in the chest. So the string, if you see the pop-out earplugs come out, there's sponges in their ears. And those sponges are attached to strings that go back through the line hole, the left or right ring of the harness, and attaches to the stirrup. When you see me kick them out with my foot, that's what I'm doing. Well, the string broke. No idea how. And it came back and hit me right in the chest. And as it did, Brady Brown looked over at me, and I said, "How's my day going?" It's too late. I'm not going to call a recall because the earplug string broke. I could, but I wasn't. If I thought that the not being able to deploy the earplugs yesterday would have been the deciding factor in Patrick the Piranha's win or defeat, I would have caused the recall, but I just didn't think it was. He looked over at me and said, "How's my day going?" And obviously the rest is history. Patrick raced great. Yes, I had a lot of curious / frustrated / angry clients after watching Stay Special last night, and I was one of them. And I rarely lash out, especially when it comes to James, because he's the leading driver in Canada, so I rarely say anything. But I did throw a little flipper last night. And listen, James McDonald is James McDonald because he assesses every situation and treats it the same. If that had been a stake race, Stay Special would have been locked in. And if it had been her on gate tomorrow, which is today, which she was at the time, he would have drove her the same way. In James's mind, he was going to get through. And I think it's pretty clear to everybody out there that watched the race. If he moves her, he's a winner. If he gets through, he's a winner. In fact, the only way he couldn't win that race was to drive her exactly how he did. But I can't make fun of my brother as a driver. I might be able to make fun of him as my brother, but not as a driver. Did he drive the horse wrong? Yes. But that's in hindsight. We don't get to play that game, right? We go over that all the time. James McDonald drove the filly exactly how James McDonald drives, and it just didn't work out last night. And it was extremely untimely, to the fact where we're looking at our horse, who I'm saying we could sell, who actually looked amazing last night, and saying to myself, should we actually even sell her now? There's a good chance we can't now. Because a filly that I thought was probably worth 28 looks like she's worth a little bit more. Looked good last night. We needed him to move her last night. Unfortunately, he didn't. I guarantee you he wishes he had it back. I guarantee you every single human being in the stable wishes he had it back, but we don't get to walk that back. It's over. So we'll see how that plays out, but I would say there's a decent chance that we can't sell Stay Special now because I'm not going to give her away. She's very good right now. Unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to get paid very good money for her right now because of her getting locked in. People don't care that she get locked in. We do, because we own her. He does, because he drove her. But everybody else that's looking at a filly, they don't really care that she got locked in. So it's unfortunate, but it's over and it happened, and that's that. And actually, I felt bad when I flipped out after, because I knew James probably, obviously he feels bad. There's no need to throw salt in those wounds. But it was done, and that's that. A number of people saying there's not a lot of movement in these horses, Resolute Bay and everybody else. Guys, for those of you who watch on gate, you know everything takes place in the last 5 minutes. Everything. Everything. The people that are on there bidding, the people that are constant buyers, like we are sometimes, most of the year, don't really hit that bid button until the last 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. Sometimes under 2 minutes. If people are bidding back and forth and you're just waiting to jump in, why pile on? Let them burn each other out, then you bid. So that's what's going to happen today. I'd be very surprised if Resolute Bay didn't sell. I know that 3rd and 6 is going to sell. A little frustrated that he didn't go behind the gate yesterday. Dominic thought maybe he tied up. Wasn't trotting the greatest all week. He's not lame. He's just mechanically getting all the wrinkles out of him. He's just a horse, and I told everybody that called me. If you're looking for a stake horse, look somewhere else. He's an overnight horse. Going to take a little work. He's ready to qualify, but you got to get him qualified. He'll sell because I'm not bidding on him. Easy in the turns will sell. Not bidding on her. There's no protection on either of them. The only horse at this point, the only 2 horses I'm going to protect, well, I mean, I'm not giving the other 4 away. Walter's Keepsake is worth 19 or 20,000. What a Mission, same type of thing, in and around there. Maybe a little bit more for either of them, but not less. Resolute Bay's worth 40, or north of 40. And Stay Special is the only one that I think that we might not be able to sell, just simply because of last night. The way it is. So we'll see how things play out today, but I'm not too worried about it. It's, it is what it is. It's horse racing. So, in every facet. So that is what took place last night. Tonight, I get up today, and actually I forgot a little bit for about an hour that I was racing tonight. We have Miss Rocket Alley in tonight. We have Delicious Stone is in tonight also. And I also have Crantini. Somebody said, oh, I don't know about Crantini on a half. You guys might forget, but I qualified Crantini right here in 56 last year. And Crantini, Tim has him amazing right now. I would be very shocked and surprised if Crantini didn't go out and race just fine tonight. I think he will, actually. 9-hole? What would be the difference if I time the gate or time the 9-hole? It's not really a big deal. I don't foresee there being an issue tonight at Northfield Park with Crantini. My own 2 cents. So that was last night. That was today. That's what's going on. I'm a little chipper, a little more chipper right now. I feel like we're working forward. I just felt like I had cement covering me, not just in my feet, covering me the last week and a half or 2 weeks, and starting to shake it off. A lot of cool news coming up from the stable, both inside and outside the barn over the next probably month. And we'll get that to you as it happens. But pretty happy overall with the way things are going. I'm going to go in the barn now. I'm going to look to train Lovers Play. I told them, you guys go with all the horses. They need training. I want to go with Pull the Shoes and Lovers Play today. So we'll see how my day starts, because if I go in there and they're trained, I'm going to be upset, but they're not. I'm sure they'll be fine. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.